Queen of Montecito, Meghan, pulled a stunt on the journalist who wrote the cut article. Brittany, of the Royal News Network, pointed something out on Instagram. She mentions the Vanity Fair chapter of Tom Bower's book where Sam Kashner told him, and tried to retract the story, that Meghan critiqued his stutter. In the cut interview, Meghan critiques the journalist's eye contact. Now, this is something that an interview subject wouldn't do. Markle was trying to get the woman to side with her. Meanwhile, showbiz journalist Ms Schofield claims Meghan is releasing the Spotify podcast to settle scores, a day after Meghan Markle's first podcast episode was aired. According to Ms Schofield, Meghan implicitly hits out at royal biographer Tom Bower, who wrote a tell-all investigative book entitled Revenge about Meghan Markle's life, after the author said she was ambitious and scheming. The podcast was an opportunity for Meghan to push back against these accusations, Ms Schofield says. Mr Schofield claimed, "The claim of her being criticised for being ambitious, you're not ambitious when you marry a prince. That's called hitting the jackpot. You've won the lottery when you've married a prince." And I really think, outside looking in, just content-wise, that there's an ulterior motive here with this podcast, and that is settling scores. Specifically with this episode, you kind of see her go after Tom Bower, responding to his claim that she's ambitious and scheming. The book also says that Serena Williams told a media contact they weren't necessarily good friends, and he also questions her Procter & Gamble story. Now she goes into all of those things in the very first episode of our podcast. Ms Schofield referred to an extract of the first Spotify episode where Meghan Markle calls out the labels, the archetypes and the boxes that were put into. An extract Ms Schofield reads as a direct attack against royal biographer Tom Bower, who claimed that Meghan was very scheming and very clever in marrying Prince Harry to further her celebrity status. This comes as Piers Morgan also blasted Meghan with a scathing Twitter post saying he felt sick after Meghan called herself a real-life princess in her interview with The Cut. The Talk TV host posted a puke emoji after the magazine posted a preview tweet to their interview with the former senior member of the royal family. Meghan sat down with reporter Alison P. Davis, where she spoke about her forgiveness to the firm after the Megxit saga. She said, "I think forgiveness is really important. It takes a lot more energy to not forgive," Meghan added, "but it takes a lot of effort to forgive. I've really made an active effort, especially knowing I can say anything." Besides, Russell Myers slammed Meghan Markle's recent comments about her and Prince Harry made an interview with an American magazine on his appearance on Lorraine. He claimed the Duchess of Sussex can have no complaints about how she's viewed and criticised her decision for leaving Buckingham Palace whilst also keeping the royal titles. The royal expert chatted to stand-in host Christine Lampard and hit out at Meghan's decision to remain being referred to as a princess. He felt the fact that Harry and Meghan decided to leave the royal family, they no longer have the right to continue with their titles. Russell explained, "She doesn't do herself any favours because she compares herself to sort of being the saviour of little girls and looking up to her. When they meet her, that she has to remember that this is their moment meeting a real-life princess. I mean, she walked away from the royal family, she didn't want to have anything to do with it. Yet is layered time and time again through this article of the treatment they perceived they had, I think."